Welcome back to my channel, Coin Vault USA. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, a coin that many people have seen, many have spent without a second thought, and yet very few truly understand its historical meaning and hidden significance. At first glance, this may look like just another $1 coin, something simple, ordinary, maybe even forgettable. But what if I told you that this coin carries the story of the man who helped build America itself? What if I told you that the face you are looking at belongs to the leader who stood at the very beginning of the United States, the man many Americans call the father of the nation? And what if this very coin sitting in someone's pocket, coin jar, or forgotten collection could actually hold surprising historical and collectible value? Today, we are taking a deep journey into the George Washington presidential $1 coin, uncovering its incredible story, its connection to American freedom, its historical meaning, its hidden details, and the truth about how valuable some versions of this coin can actually become. Take a close look at this coin. The face on the front belongs to George Washington, but this is not just another portrait placed on metal. This image represents one of the most important figures in the history of the United States of America. George Washington was not only America's first president, he was the man trusted to lead an entirely new nation during one of the most uncertain and dangerous moments in history. Before America became the powerful country we know today, it was just 13 colonies struggling for freedom, fighting against British rule, searching for independence, and trying to create something the world had never seen before, a government built on freedom and democracy. When people see the words "One Street President" written on this coin, many assume it is just another title, but in reality, those two simple words carry enormous meaning. Being the first president meant George Washington had no example to follow. No one before him had shown how America should be governed. Every decision he made helped shape the future of the nation. Every action became part of history. Every choice helped define what the presidency itself would become. That is exactly why his image appears on this $1 coin. America did not place him here by accident. This coin exists because George Washington represents leadership, sacrifice, unity, and the very foundation of the United States. Now, let's talk about something many people misunderstand. When they first see this coin, right below his portrait, you can see the years 1789 to 1797. Some people think these are the years when the coin was made, but that is not true. These dates are actually the years George Washington served as President of the United States. In 1789, George Washington officially became America's very first president, and by 1797, after serving 2 terms, he stepped away from power, setting a tradition that presidents should not rule forever. In many ways, this decision helped protect American democracy itself. Imagine this moment in history for a second. America had just fought a brutal war for independence. The country was still weak, uncertain, and divided. There was no guarantee the United States would survive. Many nations around the world believed America would fail. But when George Washington stepped into leadership, something changed. People trusted him because he had already proven himself during the Revolutionary War. He was not just a politician. He was a military leader, a symbol of discipline, sacrifice, and courage. Many historians believe that without George Washington, the United States may never have survived its earliest years. Long before he became president, George Washington played one of the most critical roles in the American Revolution. During the war against Britain, he served as commander of the Continental Army. His soldiers faced freezing winters, hunger, lack of supplies, and near impossible odds. Yet Washington continued leading them through some of the darkest moments in American history. One of the most famous examples came during the winter at Valley Forge, where soldiers suffered in brutal conditions. Despite fear, pain, and uncertainty, Washington remained strong, inspiring his troops to continue fighting for independence. That strength eventually helped America achieve freedom. This is one of the biggest reasons why George Washington became more than just a president. To many Americans, he became a symbol of the country itself. He represented courage during chaos, leadership during uncertainty, and stability when the nation desperately needed direction. That is why his image has appeared, not only on coins, but also on the $1 bill and many other historical symbols across America. But this coin becomes even more interesting when we move to the back side. Here, you will notice something powerful and deeply symbolic: the Statue of Liberty. For many people, this may just look like a beautiful design, but in reality, it carries a message connected to the entire American dream. The Statue of Liberty has long stood as one of the most recognized symbols of freedom in the world. Located in New York Harbor, this statue welcomed millions of immigrants arriving in America, people searching for hope, opportunity, and a better future. By placing the Statue of Liberty on the back of this $1 coin, the United States Mint created a connection between America's beginning and America's promise. On one side, you have George Washington, the man who helped create the nation. On the other side, you have Lady Liberty, representing the freedom and opportunities that America hopes to offer to the world. Together, these two designs tell a story much bigger than money. They tell the story of America itself. And then there is the $1 value. You might wonder, why only $1? Why place such an important historical figure on a coin worth just a single dollar? The answer is actually fascinating. America introduced these presidential dollar coins as part of a special program designed to honor every president of the United States in the order they served. George Washington came first because he was America's very first president. This program was not just about spending money. It was about teaching history, honoring leadership, and reminding people of the individuals who shaped the nation. Yet despite its historical importance, many Americans barely noticed these coins when they first appeared. Some were collected, others were ignored, and many ended up forgotten inside jars, drawers, or family collections. But over time, something surprising happened. Coin collectors began paying attention to rare errors, special mint versions, and unusual production mistakes that turned some ordinary-looking George Washington presidential dollars into highly valuable collectibles. One of the most famous examples involves what collectors call the missing edge lettering error. Normally, these coins were supposed to include lettering on the edge, words like "E pluribus unum," "In God we trust," and the mint year. But during production, some coins accidentally left the mint without this edge lettering entirely. Because of this mistake, collectors nicknamed them godless dollars, and suddenly, a coin worth only $1 could sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. Now imagine finding one of these rare versions in your own collection. A coin most people ignore suddenly becoming a valuable collectible. That is exactly what makes coin hunting so exciting in America. Sometimes, history and hidden value are sitting quietly in plain sight. And here is where things become even more interesting. While not every George Washington presidential dollar is worth a fortune, certain rare conditions, minting errors, perfect grades, or unique collector demand can dramatically increase value. Some professionally graded examples have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auctions. High-grade mint state coins with rare characteristics can become highly sought after among collectors. At the same time, there are many exaggerated stories online claiming every George Washington coin is worth millions of dollars. The truth is more complicated. Most of these coins remain worth close to face value, unless they have something special, a rare minting mistake, exceptional preservation, or collector demand. But that does not make the coin any less important. Because its true value goes beyond money, its historical value is enormous. Think about it for a second. This coin represents the beginning of the American presidency. It honors the leader who guided the nation through uncertainty. It celebrates independence, sacrifice, democracy, and freedom. In many ways, this $1 coin tells one of the most powerful